So this is the hardware setup for the performance of experiment on op-amp parameters. So you can see the powering of op-amp here. So this is a negative terminal of a single power supply. This is a positive terminal of single power supply. This is another single power supply, positive terminal, and this is negative terminal of another single power supply. We are connecting positive terminal of single power supply to negative terminal of another single power supply and taking out this line as a ground for your circuit. So all your measurements will be done with respect to this ground line in your circuit. This is the circuit connected for measurement of op-amp input offset current and input offset voltage. So as you can see, the circuit is connected on the breadboard and there is a resistor connected between pin number 3 and ground, and presently we are shorting terminals A and B for the measurement of voltage VO1. So it can be seen that the measured value of VO1 is 88.7 millivolt on the multimeter. The second connection now will be connecting the resistor between pin number 2 and 6 and connecting the short between pin number 3 and ground. So let us make those connections. So we are now connecting 2.2 mega ohm resistor between pin number 2 and 6 and we are grounding terminal 3 to ground. So this is, these are the connections made for second set of readings, that is VO2 voltage. So there is a short between C and D, that is pin number 3 and ground, and there is a 2.2 mega ohm resistor connected between pin number 2 and 6, and the output is taken at terminal pin number 6 and ground. So if this is measured, VO2 is 71.5 millivolts. So this is the output corresponding to the IB2. So VO2 upon the value of the resistor will give you the current flowing inside the input terminals of the op-amp. Now the third set of reading can be taken for measurement of input offset voltage. So for the measurement of input offset voltage, we have to connect the circuit with two resistors RF and R1 connected in the feedback path, and then we have to short the input terminals. So now let us make the third connection. Let us see the third output. So we have connected 100 kilo ohm resistor RF between pin number 2 and 6. Then we are connecting resistor of 100 ohms from pin number 2 to ground, and the output is again taken at pin number 6. And if you observe the output voltage, which is input offset voltage, it is 0.919 volt upon 1 plus RF upon R1. So this is the third reading for the op-amp DC parameter. So you note down these readings in your lab manual and calculate the parameters accordingly, and also compare these parameters with your data sheets which are available online. So this is your DC parameter experiment. So this completes our DC parameter measurement. So this is the circuit arrangement for measurement of slew rate of op-amp. Presently we have connected LF356 IC, and in the LF356 IC, because of FET input op-amp, it has got very high slew rate, and you can observe the waveforms on the CRO. So the connections for the circuit are, you have to connect the circuit in the voltage follower mode. So pin number 2 and 6 are connected with a short wire, and we are applying input signal of 10 kilohertz and 5 volts amplitude, and this input signal can be seen on the digital storage oscilloscope. You can also see the 15 volt supply applied to the plus minus 15 volt supply applied to the op-amp. Now the slew rate is measurement of delta VO upon delta T. So the output corresponding to input signal of 5 volts 10 kilohertz is a waveform of this kind. So because of slew rate, you can observe the rise time of the waveform here. So you have to measure the delta V. Delta V comes out to be 5.2 volts and delta T comes out to be 7 microseconds. So this delta T across the horizontal line and delta V across the vertical line you have to measure, and from that you can find out the slew rate of the op-amp. So in very clear form you can see the waveform where the square wave shape is getting converted into a trapezoidal waveform, which is due to the slew rate of the op-amp. So if you have a high slew rate op-amp, then in case of low frequency signals, you will not find this kind of a waveform. For square input, you can observe square input only. The readings, so after calculating the value of slew rate, the slew rate for LF356 comes out to be 0.5 volts per microsecond for, no sorry, this for LF356 it is 12 volt per microsecond, and for LM741 it is 0.5 volts per microsecond. So presently this is LM741 IC connected and we have got the slew rate of 0.5 volts per microsecond. So this is how we measure the slew rate. So next part of the op-amp parameters is measurement of CMRR. So the circuit is connected according to our lab circuit diagram. So we are connecting 100 kilo ohm resistor in the feedback path, and we are connecting two input resistors of 100 ohm to which the common mode input is applied, and you are getting the output voltage equal to 2.34 volts corresponding to input voltage of input voltage is 2.32 volt and output voltage you are getting is around 92 millivolt. So using this readings you can find out the CMRR of the op-amp. So output is always lesser than the input signal applied, which is indicating the common mode rejection at the input side. So CMRR is very important parameter for the op-amp, and with the differential gain of 1000 you can calculate the further value in the decibel and compare it with the datasheet parameters. You can note down that the input signal is applied to both the terminals of the op-amp, which indicates the common mode signals which are getting rejected. So this completes our experiment number 1 for measurement of op-amp parameters.